Today we are going to study about the flight mechanism in Aves. At first, flight in Aves. Birds have many physical features beside wings that work together to enable them to fly. It means beside wings they have other characters which helps to fly the bird. They need lightweight, small weight, streamlined rigid structures for flight. Streamlined rigid structure mean boat shape body. The four forces of flight are lift, weight, thrust, and drag. These are the forces that affect the flight of bird. Some of the physical features of birds are lightweight and smooth feathers, which helps to reduce the force of weight and drag. Second one is a bigger instead a beak instead of heavy bone jaw and teeth, which means they doesn't have heavy bone jaw and teeth, but a beak is present, which reduce the force of weight. Third, enlarged sternum. Sternum is the bones in the chest which helps to attach the flight muscle. They have enlarged sternum which helps in the force of thrust. And number 4, a streamlined body. They have boat shaped body which helps to reduce the drag backward force is drag force, which helps to reduce the drag force. Number 5, wings. Wings are very important for flight. They enable the force of lift, and many other physical features helps in the flight of birds. And then mechanism of flight in Aves. A bird flies on the principle of indirect movement, which means at first the wing they flap wing, then the air is displaced, and the displaced air make the bird fly. It moves the air by which it is displaced moves the bird. Air displaced by the beating of wings set up current that keep the animal aloft. Aloft means up in the air and move forward, resulting in flight. Second, the wing is not a simple airfoil or plane, not simple air device which helps to fly. It functions both as an airfoil. Airfoil is also known as lifting surface, curved surface. It wings function as both airfoil and propeller. Propeller means machine for forward motion. Wing is thick in front. At front wing is thick as we see in this picture. Thin and tapering behind. Thin and tapering behind. And presenting a profile of convex streamlined upper surface. Upper surface is convex streamline and the lower surface is flat or slightly concave. Here we see in this picture upper surface, lower surface. This is the flow of air and this is the angle of attack by the air. As the air flows across the somewhat tilted air flows across the somewhat tilted wing. Wing is somewhat tilted. The air stream moves faster along its upper convex surface. Upper convex surface, here the speed of the air is faster than the lower concave surface. Here we see according to the Bernoulli law, and here there occurs a Bernoulli laws, which means difference in air speed, difference in the velocity of air result in the decrease in air pressure above the wing surface relative to the underside. Here it states that here the movement of air or the speed of air is greater in the upper surface than that of lower surface, and greater the velocity of air, the pressure is smaller or less. According to the Bernoulli principle, here is stated that when the velocity is greater, the pressure is less. So that the pressure is less in the upper surface than that of lower surface. And again, there produce two forces due to the difference in pressure. Suction force above the wing and upward thrust below the wing, which tends to lift the bird, keeping the bird aloft in the air and moving forward and upward. By these two forces, suction and upward thrust produced due to the difference in pressure keep the bird aloft in the air and tend to lift the bird and moving bird forward and upward. The air also pushes the wing horizontally backward, means the pressure of air push the wing backward, means air is moving in forward direction, bird is moving in forward direction, air is coming from here. By the pressure of air, it holds the wing is present here, it holds the wing backward like this, wing horizontally backward, and tend to drag or slow the bird down, which try to slow the bird due to the air current. Thus the force of air on the wing, this force, then the air have force, this force of air on the wing. Here this is the wing. Consider that on the wing can be resolved into two forces. The force of the air on the wing can be resolved into two forces. One is the perpendicular lift force and another is the parallel drag force. Thus the force of air is cancelled and converted into lift force and drag force. Here the force of wing is cancelled totally into lift and drag. For the bird to fly, the lift force must equal to the force of gravity, and here the lift force should be equal to the force of gravity which is acting downward. Gravity should be equal, this force and this force should be equal, so that the bird could fly in the sky. This is the mechanism of flight of the bird.